In this video, we will discuss about the equipotential surface. As the name is also suggesting us, equi means equal, same or constant. So means the surface over which the potential is equal, that is known as equipotential surface. Or we can say that if we calculate the potential difference between the 2 points, then the potential difference is 0. Let us see, this is a surface over which the potential is constant. Here each and every point on this surface, the potential is same or constant. Then this surface is said to be equipotential surface. Now, if we take 2 points A and B, then the potential difference between these 2 points, that is VA minus VB, we know that the potential is same everywhere on this surface. Then the potential at A is also V, potential at B is also V. So difference is equal to 0. So for equipotential surface, the potential difference is 0 or the potential is constant on the surface. Let us discuss the equipotential surface for different cases. Let us discuss for the first case, positive point charge. So this is your point positive charge. We know that equipotential surface, we know that the potential due to this point charge is given by this relation. The potential is same if the radius is same or if distance is same. If I draw a circle around this charge, if I draw a circle or a sphere, this is a sphere around this charge, then each point on this surface is having equal distance, that is R is same. So the potential on this surface will be same or equal. Then we can say that this is a equipotential surface. Similarly, if I draw another one sphere of a bigger radius, this is your sphere of a bigger one radius. So this is our second equipotential surface. This is also equidistant from the charge. R is same at all the point of this sphere. So this is also another equipotential surface. For negative point charge, I draw it here. So this is your negative charge. Negative charge. Again, the potential due to this point charge is given by this relation, but here it is, charge is negative Q. So again, this is the same thing, charge magnitude of charge is same. If R is same, then the potential will also be same, that is equipotential surface. Or in other way, the equipotential surface for which the potential is same, the radius should be same. For V constant, R should be constant. So again, it also form a spherical surface, as we have discussed for the case of positive charge. So these are the equipotential surface for the negative charge. Similarly, we can draw the equipotential surfaces for the two positive point charges. But because of the presence of this charge, the shape of equipotential surfaces get changed, get distorted. It becomes more nearer, more closer at this end and become more broad at the farther end. Similarly, for this also, because of this presence of this charge, it becomes more nearer to this one and get broader at the far end. And the one more equipotential surface exists, that is joined together both the charges. So this is also a equipotential surface. So these are the equipotential surfaces for the case of two positive point charges. One thing you should note that each individuals are equipotential surface. This doesn't mean the potential of this sphere is equal to this sphere. It only means that the potential of this sphere or each and every point on this sphere is equal. So this forms equipotential surface. This is another one equipotential surface. The equipotential surface for the case of dipole. Dipole means two equal and opposite charges. So these are the two charges, equal and opposite. Here also, if it is only one charge is there, because of this presence of this charge, the shape of the equipotential surfaces get changed. So in this case, there is the effect is opposite. So here, because of the presence of this negative charge, the equipotential surfaces get more far away between the charges and get more closer at the other end of the charge. Similarly, similar effect is obtained here. And this is another one equipotential surface. We know that the equipotential surface or the potential at the center of the dipole is 0. So each and every point on this line, the potential is always equal to 0. So that is why this is also known as the equipotential surface. Now let us discuss one more problem. Let us now draw again one more, the equipotential surface for the case of uniform field. So here, so this is the uniform electric field. If you draw equidistant parallel lines, then it represents the uniform electric field lines. The equipotential surface for this uniform field will be a plane which is perpendicular to the electric field lines. So if I draw a plane which is perpendicular to the electric field lines, then it forms a equipotential surface. Similarly, we can draw another one equipotential surface, and this one again is also again the equipotential surface. So all are equipotential surface. Here the potential at each and every point on this surface is same. This doesn't mean this potential is equal to this potential. Potential each and every point on this surface is equal as compared to the another one point on this surface. Similarly for this one also. So these are the equipotential surface for the case of uniform field, uniform electric field. Let us discuss about the properties of equipotential surface. The first property is work done on the equipotential surface is 0. It means that if this is a equipotential surface, that is potential is constant on this surface. At each and every point the potential is same. If a charge is moved from A to B, let Q charge is moved from A to B, then the work done against the electrostatic force is equal to 0. To explain it, we know the definition of electric potential difference. The electric potential of B with respect to A, that is also the change in potential is nothing but the potential of B minus potential of A. According to the definition, the potential difference is equal to the amount of work done to move a charge from A to B per unit charge, Q. From here, since so V is constant on the surface and A and B both point lies on the surface, so VB minus VA is equal to 0. If it is equal to 0, this term is equal to 0, which implies that the work done from A to B is equal to 0. So from here we concluded that the amount of work done to move a charge from A to B, amount of work done to move a charge from A to B on an equipotential surface is equal to 0. Now let us discuss about the second property. The electric field lines are always perpendicular to the equipotential surface. Electric field lines are always perpendicular to the equipotential surface. For this, I have took this is a equipotential surface where V is constant at each and every point on the surface. It says that the electric field lines emanating from or crossing this equipotential surface will be towards a right angle, or it is perpendicular. To explain it why it is perpendicular, let us assume that these electric field lines are not perpendicular. Let us see it is making some angle theta with this equipotential surface. Suppose it is making an angle of theta with the equipotential surface. Then I can resolve this electric field line into two parts, that is perpendicular component, that is E sine of theta, or we call it is E perpendicular, and it is E parallel. Now if a charge is moved from A, this point to A, to this B, then I have to do the work against this electric field as it is along the surface. So when you move a charge, suppose this is the direction of electric field and you are moving the charge from here to here, Q, then you have to do the work against this electric field. So mean to say that you are doing some amount of work. But previously we studied here is the amount of work done on the equipotential surface is 0. This means whatever I have supposed that electric field is making some angle theta is incorrect. So we can say that electric field lines are always perpendicular to the surface. So that is what we conclude here. So we have written it in the language. Again I am explaining it. Electric field lines are always perpendicular to the equipotential surface. If it is not perpendicular, let making an angle of theta like this one, then it will have a component along the surface. If you want to move a charge against this electric field, then you are doing some amount of work. But we have studied that amount of work on the equipotential surface is 0. So our assumption is incorrect. So electric field lines are always perpendicular to the surface. Now the third property is electric field lines move from higher potential to the low potential. First one, electric field lines are always perpendicular, and second one is electric field lines move from the high potential to low potential. Now if for example I have taken two equipotential surface, here potential of this surface is V1 and for this surface is V2. Here V1 is greater than V2. So we know that if you want to draw the electric field lines, then electric field lines will be perpendicular to the surface and move from higher potential to the low potential. So this is your higher potential and this is your lower potential. So what should be the electric field lines? Direction of electric field lines, it is towards this side. So this will be electric field lines or direction of electric field lines. So this is the third property. The fourth property is that the equipotential surfaces never cross each other. If you have two equipotential surfaces, they never cross each other. Suppose I am having this is a one equipotential surface. Suppose this is a charge. This is one equipotential surface and other one is like this one. These are the two equipotential surfaces. This cannot be possible. Why it is not possible? Because at a crossing point there will be two values of equipotential surface, which cannot be possible. At a crossing point there will be two values of potentials. Suppose this is having a potential of 20 volt and this is having a potential of 10 volt. If they will cross at the crossing point, there will be two values, that is 20 volt and 10 volt, which is not possible. So we can say that equipotential surface or two equipotential surfaces never cross each other. The last property of equipotential surfaces. The strength of the electric field is more where the equipotential surfaces are more closer. We know that the electric field is equal to negative of potential gradient. If the change in the potential is constant or equal, then the electric field is inversely proportional to the rho. These equipotential surfaces, these are all equipotential surfaces, and this is your 10 volt, this is your 20, this is your 30, and this is your 40 volt. Now where are the equipotential surfaces? Here, if the distance between the equipotential surface is less, there the electric field will be more. If the change in potential is equal, see the change is equal, difference of the potential between the surfaces is equal, 10, 10, 10. Then where the potentials are more closer, the electric field will be more. So here from you can see here the equipotential surfaces are very far away. These are little closer and this is very, very close. So we can say that electric field at point C will be more as compared to B, and the electric field will be minimum at point A. So this is your all about the properties of equipotential surface. Thanking you.